Good. Oh, nice.
Yeah, so all of those clips are from dash cameras that I've owned in my own cars over the years. So to say that I'm a dash cam advocate would be a little bit of an understatement. I run them in all my cars. It's basically the first thing I do to them when I get them. And in this car, my 2016 GL450 is no different. I have an Insignia dash camera in it right now from Best Buy. I bought about 5 years ago, but it's slowly starting to show its age. It's randomly recording and it'll stop recording, especially in cold weather. It's a lot worse. So I've been on the hunt for a new dash camera. Now, conveniently, FitcamX reached out to us to sponsor a video. They make custom dash cameras for a lot of different cars, but they asked me what I own, told them what I had. They said, we actually make a dash camera that fits in place where the cover goes for your rain sensor, for your windshield wipers. You pop that off, you put the harness, the power harness in here, you pop this back on, and it disappears. You basically don't even see it. And I said, yes, of course, send me a dash camera. I would love to review it. So that's what we got here. FitcamX does not get to tell me what I say or don't say in this video, so this will be an honest review, but it is sponsored, so I want to disclose that. So we're going to start by unboxing the FitcamX, then I will do an installation video, and we'll follow that up by a review. I'm going to run the camera for about 2 weeks, try to go in depth with it, mess around with the settings, and give you guys a detailed report on what I think. All right, let's see what's in the box, shall we? All right, we got our, let's go for the accessories first. Got our accessories box, and the dash cam box, which is obviously the one we're super interested in. So let's see what's inside. Oh, of course, you got your support card, user manual. I'm sure we'll take a look at that here in a second. Let's just see what's inside this box. Ooh, okay, this is actually very interesting. So this looks like it's the same color as my trim, which is obviously important. I didn't even think about that. There's different colored trims for these cars. So here we go. Looks like there's a couple of cables in here. Oh, sweet. This looks like, yeah, supports, I don't know if you can see that, supports a rear camera. See if we have that in the box. This looks like the cable that interfaces with the rain sensor. So you can see there's a plug on this end and a plug on that end. And then here's the camera. Very cool. Ah, here we go. Rear camera, nice. I really shouldn't be surprised that this came with the rear camera because I asked for it. But now having a rear camera can be super useful if you get rear-ended or if something happens behind you and you want the video footage. You know, obviously a front-facing camera isn't going to catch that. So that's really cool that we have that here. Let's see what's in the accessories box. Oh, okay, installation tool, some kind of USB. Oh, it's a memory card reader. Nice. All right, so the first thing I'm going to tackle is just putting in the front camera. Let's see what that process is like. Oh, and it even comes with an SD card. Nice. Okay, very cool. Yeah, let's get this thing installed. I have a good feeling that the most frustrating part about this entire install is actually going to be getting this old camera out because of where the cable's running. But anyway, let's see about popping this thing off. Oh, that was easy. Don't break anything. You know, this car is a little over 10 years old, so plastic might be brittle. Let's be careful. Keep that in mind. There we go. Look at that. So now, I'll get a close-up of this, but I'm going to try and find the cable that we're supposed to use here. Get this out of the way. Perfect. So the plug we're looking for is this blue one right here. I've already popped it out or unclipped it, so we're just going to pull it out. And then our harness will plug in line with this and into the rain sensor. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Thankfully, this plug can be detached from the dash camera. So what we're going to do is go ahead and plug that in there. And then we're going to plug this into the rain sensor. Try to get it up in here nice and tidy. We'll see how that ends up working for me. There we go. Cool. So that's in. I'm going to go ahead and plug this little guy back in, because this goes on first. Goes on this way. And I'm going to worry about my old dash cam after, just because I still want to compare them. So I'll leave it installed for the moment. Now we can get this up in there. Get that cable over there. This just snaps in, there we go. Okay, so now we've got our little power cable here, which we can just plug in. So for this install, what I'm gonna do, let's leave the rear camera cable kind of accessible. That way I can tuck this up in here. And then the power cable, we're gonna tuck kind of up in this area here. It can't touch that module because there's really no room for it there. So you gotta kind of tuck it up like that. Get this in there. Make sure the cables are out of the way. And then we'll be able to pop this thing back into place. And then this should just pop down. And there we go. Like that. Well, that was pretty easy. All right, let's see if it works. All right, got the car running. Let's see if we've got any indicator lights on the dash cam. And there you go. Red light means it's on. Blue flashing light means it's recording. It's been about 2 weeks now, and I have some thoughts about the FitcamX. Let's start with the good things. Number one, I actually really like the fact that this camera is so tucked away. I find it much less distracting with the other dash cameras I have. They have screens on them, and I find myself constantly checking to make sure they're recording, or that the SD card is not corrupt, which, I guess is sort of a downside on this camera, but the reality is those things don't really happen that often. And the FitcamX just works. I haven't had any issues with it so far. No corrupt files. Everything just sort of pops in there and available when I need them. I also really like the app. It's pretty simple, but that's not a bad thing. I didn't have to give it my email address or sign up for an account. I just downloaded it, connected to the Wi-Fi on the camera, and the app allowed me to access all of the settings and the footage off the camera. So whereas other cameras, their apps are sometimes cumbersome, or you have to, give away your email or phone number or whatever to be able to access the application. With this camera, they don't really require you to do that, and the app is very straightforward. It worked really well, never crashed, and I like that. It's pretty great. The front camera is 4K, the rear camera is 1080p. It's plenty of resolution. Honestly, most of my dash cameras are 1080p, and that's been plenty. I haven't ever needed to read a license plate off of any of them, which we'll get into in a little bit on the FitCam. But as far as just like daily use, catching events and things like that, these cameras, the resolution's great. One other thing I like about the FitcamX is that it doesn't have a speaker on it, so it doesn't make any noises when you turn the camera on or click a button, and that could honestly be a bad thing for some people out there. Maybe you like that positive feedback when you click a button or do something, or the camera turns on to let you know that it is running. But I personally find it distracting. I don't like it. I like the camera to just kind of be, again, out of sight and out of mind, so it not making any noise is a great thing. A lot of the other cameras I have, you can't actually turn off the sound, or at least I haven't been able to figure it out. Other cameras, it's a lot easier. But some of them just, they make a sound when they start up, and there's nothing you can do about it. I find that a little annoying, and I like that this camera doesn't do that. All right, it's actually been a few months since I shot this video, so I need to interject here because I was going to talk about things I don't like about this camera, but I sent my notes to FitcamX, and they responded to me, and they said, hey, we'll take your notes. We have a new camera that we actually just developed. We'd love to send it to you for review and see if you like that more. So I said, sure, send it over. I'll take a look at it and see what we think. They basically addressed everything that I complained about. Number one being the file type. So the original camera I got, when I would pull the SD card out and put it into my computer, it would be like a .ts file. My Mac didn't like those. I'd have to convert them in order to view them. Now it's an MOV, or it's an MP4. I can't remember. I'll put a screenshot on the screen here. But they're way easier to work with. That ties into the other thing that I complained about, which was the original camera files looked compressed. And what that means is, like, when the camera is trying to squeeze those video files down into the SD card. In order to do that, it introduces things like they're called artifacts, right? Little blocky splotches on the screen, if you will. Honestly, they weren't that bad, but they were worse than I would like, because what that does is it makes it a little bit harder to read license plates. So this new camera, using the new file system, seems to be a little bit less compressed. The video files are higher quality, so I'm really happy to report that. That's a huge upgrade. Piggybacking off of that, the other thing that I complained about was the dynamic range. And so what that is the camera's ability to see things that are very bright and very dark. For example, I'll show you this clip right here. With the new camera, I'm in a drive-through, and you can clearly see everything that's in the shadows, and you can see things clearly in the highlights. With the old camera, it was really difficult to see things that were dark. The highlights were fine. Most cameras are going to expose to the brightest thing in the image anyway. But that also can make it difficult if you're behind a car and the sun's hitting you this way and the back of the car is dark. You can't really read the license plate. Again, this is part of the dynamic range, but the new camera handles the dynamic range way better. They're doing some different signal processing. It looks vastly superior to the other camera. I'm happy to report that as well. The other thing that I complained about, which is kind of just a funny thing, and it's honestly, I debated on even mentioning this, but it's testament to their customer service. I received the wrong color plastic. So when I sent them a picture of my car, they're like, hey, we want to make sure we match the color. I sent them a picture, of course, you know, I think I took the picture in the sun. The color was off on the phone. They sent me what they thought was the right color. It wasn't, but they said, no problem, we'll send you a different color. So now I have the right color trim in here. Stoked about that. It is still slightly different, but honestly, this is a 10-year-old car, so if it's not perfect, I mean, what do you expect? It's plastic. I guess at this point, the only thing that I can really complain about is the files take a while to download if you're going straight to your phone. And when I originally did this review, that was more of an issue because the SD card not having MOV files or MP4 files to directly download onto my computer made it kind of just like the only real way I could get files was onto my phone, and it took forever. But now I can just pop the SD card out and plop it into my computer, download them pretty quickly. But if you're concerned about viewing the files, let's say you get in an accident and the police show up and you need to show them the files, playing them back on your phone is actually pretty easy and quick. It's just actually downloading those files off of the camera onto your phone takes a while. But playback is fine. It's perfectly usable. But anyway, all of this to say, the FitcamX camera is great. I'm really happy to report that they addressed everything that I had concerns about, and it's a great camera. I'm happy to have it in my car. Well, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys want to find a FitcamX for your vehicle, there's going to be a link down in the description to go ahead and do that. This video was also made in collaboration with the Bad Ideas Garage. If you haven't seen his content, go check it out. He's got some crazy stuff going on over there. And we're actually currently working on a 5.4 liter swap into his C43 AMG Ute. Yes, you heard that correctly. A C43 Ute. It's getting the 5.5 liter or 5.4 liter treatment. So check those videos out. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.